On this week's For Real Friday, I want to talk about bidding wars. There is always a lot of questions about this topic and definitely a lot of misunderstandings. So I am hoping to clear those up today since we are seeing them re-emerge. So let's play out a scenario to better understand the whole concept. So I show my buyer client a property at 123 Main Street. My clients love it. They want to put in an offer. The house is listed at $650,000 and they decide to offer $630,000. Once I have a signed offer, I do something called registering it. This is when I call the brokerage and advise them, as well as advise the agent that I have a signed offer. Offers have something called an irrevocable date that essentially acts as an expiry for that offer. So once it's registered, you begin working with the agent to figure out a time when that offer can be presented to the seller. From here is when the agent should advise anyone that has shown or seen the property that an offer has come in and when that offer is going to be presented to the seller. So now we sort of have a working time frame. This is what often triggers people who are still thinking about it to move forward and enter into a multiple offer situation, because the fear of losing the house is greater than participating in a bidding war. The biggest thing to understand when it comes to a bidding war is you are never ever privy to the details of any of the other offers. I think that this is the most difficult part for people. So if you are my buyer who originally offered the $630,000, you will be advised if any other offers register, and you will have the opportunity to improve your offer if more come in. So my clients could change their offer to what they deem is their better offer. I always tell clients that once there is more than one offer, you should always put your best foot forward. There are a lot of times once the offer presentation begins when an agent doesn't give you a second chance to improve your offer. So typically it comes down to price and conditions. I never recommend people remove conditions as they are there for a reason. There are times when people don't listen to that advice, but really, in my opinion, it comes down to price in most situations. So I tell people you need to figure out what your max purchase price is on this property. I tell them to find a number that they think is fair, and if they get the house for that number, every time they pull in the driveway, they are not going to regret spending what they spent on that home. On the other hand, if they lose the home for like $2,000, because that has happened, they can accept that outcome as well. Once all the offers are in and have been presented, a few scenarios can play out. The first scenario would be that one of the buyers just blows the other offers out of the water. Their price and conditions, well, usually their lack of conditions, are just so much better than the other offers, and they are a clear winner. But there is also a lot of times when the offers are very close, and that is when it gets pretty stressful for people and intense with the negotiating. The unfortunate thing for buyers is they're going into this blind. That's why I tell people going into these situations, do your best off the bat. And you are gonna have to dig your heels in on a price that you feel good about. And what is meant to be will be. I have seen plenty of clients be devastated to lose a bidding war only to find a better or more suitable home a week later. Or lose that bidding war, the original buyer's financing can fall through, and then the sellers come back to you and it's in your court again. I should also note that there are a lot of people who don't want to compete. But having been on the listing side of this many times, you never know who you're competing with. Their budget could be lower, their conditions could be worse. So if you think that this house could be the one, I always encourage people to participate. So sure, if there are 10 offers and you wanna, offer $20,000 under asking, it might not be worth your time. But based on any given house, I think an agent can help you decide if it is worth participating, like if it could be close in their opinion, versus being of the closed-minded thought that you just won't do it. even if there's only one other offer. At the end of the day, there is always disappointment for someone when we are in a market that is generating multiple offers. So many twists and turns can happen during a real estate transaction that I try and get my clients to jump on the meant to be bandwagon like fairly early in the process. Every home and every bidding war is different. So just brace yourself. Work with an agent you trust to guide you through the process. And if I wasn't clear, I believe that whatever home you are meant to be in, you will be the successful winner.